Hi, I'm Zihan. My English name is Peter. I really like sports such as tennis, which I have been played for more than 8 years, basketball, hiking, and so on. I really like sports and I have kept doing exercise since I was 6 because doing exercise brings a greater change in my mind than it does in my body. In the rest of the video, you will learn more about myself. Please enjoy it. For my tennis experience, I've had 3 coaches. The first one is a Chinese, the second one is a South Korean, and the third one is an American. The second one is my favorite coach for the reason that when he started teaching me, although I had played tennis for 2 years, he taught me basic action and corrected my every movement to perfect. Moreover, he was the longest coach I've ever had because he almost taught for about 5 years. Thanks to his instruction, I had acquired a very solid basic skill in tennis. During his class, even though I was not the best student, he still paid a lot of attention to me. If I did something wrong, he usually spent some time with me and taught me how to do it correctly. When the American coach taught me tennis, he told me that my tennis skills are very good and I was almost his best student. Thanks to his encouragement, I have improved a lot. During the winter, I really like to ski. The reason why I like to ski actually is a coincidence. When I was a primary school student, my mother once took me to a place which has a very small ski resort. Then I fell in love with skiing. In the next year, my mother took me to the best ski resort in Beijing. In that place, I learned a lot of new things which are about the base skill of skiing. During skiing, I not only can challenge myself, but also it's a good way for me to reduce my pressure and strengthen my relationship with my friends, because I always went to ski resort with my friends. Indeed, I keep my weight at a healthy level all year round. It makes me become a tough and confident person. When facing difficulties, I will not give up easily. I will also try my best to accomplish the things that I want to do. Second, sports can also decrease my anxiety. For example, when I was under academic pressure, I always climb mountains to reduce inner insecurity. As my unpleasant behavior and emotion decreases because of doing sports, I have more energy to get through the period with setbacks and difficulties. Moreover, doing exercise also gives me an opportunity to overcome myself. After I challenge myself, I always can feel that there is nothing difficult. In the last year, my father told me that he will take me to a place where I can challenge myself. So I listened to him. Before we started our trip, my father finally told me that we will go to Tinger Desert and hiking across the desert. At first, I thought that was extremely easy since there was supply trucks follow us, and I did not think it was a trouble to walk 60 kilometers in 3 days. However, when we arrived, I realized that I was wrong. The distance was straight-line distance due to the fact that there were a lot of sand dune in the desert, so the actual distance was much longer than the straight-line distance. In the first day, it was the hardest in these 3 days. Not only because we need to walk a very long distance, but also because on that day, the wind was very big, and the wind can blow the sand a meter high, and you even cannot walk on the top of the sand dune. In that day, we spent all day to walk to our campus. During the hiking, I feel very lonely because everyone had their own speed. Some people walk extremely fast and others walk very slow. Thus, around 2 kilometers, there were only my father and me. It not only had physical torture but also had psychological torture. There were a lot of people gave up and turned to sit on the truck, but I adhered to this hiking. 2022 Olympic Winter Games is coming, and I'm really excited about it because it will hold in China. I believe many Chinese will understand and participate in ice and snow sports, and I want to spend some time to talk about the facilities of Olympic Winter Games. The Beijing Olympic Park is one of the important gathered places for the national stadium. The three main venues of Beijing 2008 Olympic Games include the Bird's Nest National Stadium and the National Aquatic Center, which is Water Cube, are all located there. Today, on the west side of the Olympic Park, the iconic building of Beijing 2022 Olympics, the National Speed Skating Hall as Ribbon, is being built. It will also be the only newly built competition venue in the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics. Also, some sports will be held in Zhangjiakou and Yanqing, and athletes can take high-speed rail to transport between these competition areas in less than 1 hour.